the best 3D Zelda game. It's hard to say which Zelda is the best. There's just so many classics. However, I decided to rank them by these categories: weapons, bosses / enemies, dungeons, story, and replayability. At number 5, Wind Waker. Wind Waker was a visually stunning game, loaded with quirky characters and animations. The game had your standard weapons, from bombs to grappling hooks. However, in this game, when the enemy drops a weapon, you're able to pick it up. It also had this Game Boy Advance shit for Tingle. I never used it, but it was nice to have the option. The enemies / bosses for Wind Waker are probably my favorite, mostly because of the cartoonish nature of the game. I just love f***ing with these guys, man. The game just gave me good vibes. At number 4, Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess and Wind Waker are polar opposites. This game was on the darker side, not just in story, but visually, like too dark, f***ing Dark Souls game. However, it did give me that eerie feel. The game's items and combat system were my favorite. Quick time sword abilities started with Wind Waker, but was perfected in this game. From shield bumps to finishing blows, the game just made me feel edgy. Moving on. At number 3, Majora's Mask. Honestly, forget what I said about Twilight. This game takes the cake when it comes to dark themes. Like, if you ignore the side quests, the townsmen's lives get significantly worse. Getting abducted by aliens and shit. Like, look at her. What happened? The game had these masks. Whenever you put a mask on, you'd have different powers. This guy was my favorite until I seen this guy, f***ing icon. The game's overall story is pretty great. I just wish the N64 disc drive was successful. It had an internal clock. They're gonna find some way to mesh it with the 3D mechanic, if only, man. At number 2, Breath of the Wild. This game was truly magnificent. Almost no flaws, man, really. If it wasn't for the easy in-game boss, it'd probably be number 1. But the game felt so open. It had no direction. Once you had the necessary tools, you're off on your own. So many wonders you can find in this game. Dragons, secret areas, and items. Oh, and these boys. I just love the way you can terrorize enemy bases. Straight menace with these remote bombs. The game had DLC. It was meh. The real final boss was the final trials, man. This was so fucking hard. I lost so much sleep trying to beat these trials. Fucking ridiculous. Go level game though. At number 1, Ocarina of Time. This game is the godfather of them all. To me, the game had no flaws. The game did have some janky controls, but that was more due to the times. I love the time travel aspect of the game. Being able to hold items you couldn't, like picking up heavy shit. It was just great. That time travel shit also started a multiverse. The magical items were dope. Dungeons were dope. Ganon's castle was dope. Soundtrack was dope. It had all the classics. To me, this was a no-brainer. But if you disagree, let me know down below. Also, subscribe if you enjoy the content. Peace.